Brian Powell of Iron Far here with Max King before the 2015 U.S. Mountain Running Championships. Howdy, Max.
Howdy.
You are racing this weekend, but you are also the course designer.
Yeah, which some people were thinking that it was going to put me at an advantage. But,
yeah.
But I'm so stressed out right now that I'm pretty sure that they're all going to be fine for Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to ask you about that separately. Yeah, so how is that? I mean, you're up here, it's midday on Thursday.
Well, it's just been, I mean, it's not so much that I have like that much to do. It's that I have so much to do in like 2 days. And because I've been out at Steen's out in Eastern Oregon for the past week and a half.
A running camp.
And for high school kids, and no cell reception out there whatsoever. No contact with the outside world. So it's like, you know, now it's like I try to get everything done before that. Last weekend I had a couple hours, and then now I'm trying to just catch up on everything that I've had to do. So
you're up here, it's Thursday afternoon, and you've got the flags, so you'll be out marking the course today.
Yep.
And
got to mark it today, set everything up tomorrow morning, and hopefully be ready to go tomorrow afternoon. And, you know, just plan for all the festivities tomorrow night and Saturday.
Nice. When do you think you'll actually switch into racer Max King mode?
I don't know.
Can you do that tomorrow night? Or is it going to be?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be tomorrow night. I can kind of do that. Or
do you have a plan to like divorce yourself from the race, like before Saturday morning?
Yeah, I definitely want to. I have a co-race director that's helping me, and he's going to be kind of taking care of everything on Saturday for me. And so, yeah, hopefully I can just kind of let him handle all that Friday night, Saturday morning, and then I won't have to worry about it.
So the course itself is 3 laps of a 4K course.
Yep.
And it's an up and down course because the U.S. Mountain Running Championships always tries to model the World Championship course to some degree.
It does, and it alternates from year to year. So one year's uphill only, this year is uphill and downhill, and then it tries to mimic the World Mountain Running course, which this year happens to be 3 loops of a 4K course. So,
and how closely do you feel that the profile of each lap matches?
The profile's pretty darn close. We have about 850 feet of elevation gain each lap, which is about, I think it's right at 850 feet for the World's course as well. You know, as far as the footing and stuff goes, I don't totally know because I haven't seen the course in Wales. But from what I've heard, the Wales course is a little bit rocky. So, I mean, it might be pretty similar. So
a little higher here. What are we at? Like, we're 6 even?
We're 6,300 feet right here. So it is definitely a lot higher elevation. But I mean, that's you know, it's what we have to work with.
Yeah,
so.
it's. I've never been up to this area. Mount Bachelor is beautiful behind us, and the weather's pretty damn nice.
It is, yeah. So it's actually a little bit cooler up here today than it probably should be right now. But we've been having some weather kind of roll through, especially in Eastern Oregon and stuff. And so I haven't looked at the weather yet for Saturday, but I'd expect it to be pretty similar to today.
Comfortable, dry.
Comfortable,
really
real dry. Yep.
Nice.
A little bit
racing
of
conditions.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze. Yeah, it'll be pretty nice.
And it's, you know, you mentioned that, you know, the course may suit you. I mean, like, it's trails that you run on always. You won a World Mountain Running Championship. Like, what are your strengths on the?
Well, I mean, I would say that, you know, my strength is going to be a little bit more runnable on an uphill than this course. This was something that I had to put together and work with what we had, and the way up is actually pretty loose footing. So that's going to be, it's going to play to some people's strengths. It's going to be just a huge detriment to other people who are actually fast. And so you're just going to have to watch your footing. It's real loose. You're going to be slipping and sliding quite a bit on the uphill. The downhill is a road. I would like a little bit more technical single track on the downhill for me, but it's a road, so that's actually going to suit those faster track guys a little bit better. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good mix, and that's why I tried to set it up like I did. I wanted it to be a good mix of things and stuff, and make sure there was a little bit of everything on the course.
It's not just a road course up and back, and it's not, but it's also not just stupid technical in the sense of like it just suits the mountain.
Yeah, it's not a hugely technical course that is just going to suit like a really good technical runner.
So hopefully we'll have a good matchup between folks like you who do have more trail experience and folks who may come from that track and road background a little more closely.
Yeah,
more recently. You know.
Right, and that's what I'm hoping. So, I mean, you're going to have to watch your footing on the downhill. We actually had, just because about in 2013 when I was running the World Mountain Running Championships, I was going downhill, hit a rock and turned my ankle over and tore all the tendons out of my whole ankle. That hurt. So in order to try and avoid another instance like that, we did actually go up on the downhill and clear off some of those just ankle busters, the ones that are like fist size that are just going to roll out from under you, that are totally loose. So we have cleared a little bit of those out, but I mean, you're going to have to watch your footing on the downhill because there's still some up there. There are rocky sections on that downhill, and it's all loose.
So loose, like, are there any tight turns on it?
There's some pretty good switchbacks. I mean, they're road switchbacks, so they're not like 180 tight turns, but there are, a nice sweeping 180 degree switchback on a road.
So people could definitely slide out.
Yeah, there's going to be some sliding going on.
There's blood and guts come to finish.
There might be.
On the other hand, do you think anybody's going to split sub 4 on one of the descents? Or how close is it going to come to that? I mean, people are going to be running 4 low, right?
Yeah, no, I think it will be 4 low. 430 is going to be pretty consistent probably for the top guys. So yeah, it'll be fast on the downhill because it is a road. So
have you been training for that specifically?
No, I mean, that's the other thing is, like, I got done with comrades and I've been kind of on a little bit of a break after that just to heal up, and then been doing more mountain stuff, like did Mount Blanc marathon, and then I've just been kind of just playing in the mountains, so doing some hill work, but nothing specific to this type of thing. I did my first workout on Monday.
All right.
No, Sunday.
So that should soak up on.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I've been focusing on my everything on just race directing and making sure that everything is well taken care of and the race runs smoothly and stuff, rather than my own training. If I happen to make the team, which I'd like to, I make it. If I don't, I don't.
So now, with that in mind, like you've won worlds and you've done very well at the national ones. Do you switch gears this year and say, not push for the win from the go and just try to, hang in position and run your way onto the team, as opposed to, going all out from the gun?
Yeah, and I think I probably will. I mean, not to give away too many secrets right now, but I think the fitness that I have right now and what I've been doing recently, I think I need to just focus on having a good race and kind of sticking with one of those positions that's going to get me on the team.
Now, you're the race director and you know all the entrants and whatnot. We know people like, somebody like Joe Gray is going to be up at the front. Who's going to be like the surprises that maybe people who follow, longer distance trail running might not expect?
People you might not know. I mean, Patrick Smythe is an absolute beast. He's going to be up there for sure.
But he beat you at Xterra 2 years ago, right?
Exactly, yeah. And he's been having some really good trail performances as well. This is right in his wheelhouse, short distance. Andy Wacker just was second at the World Mountain Running Long Course Championships. He'll be up there. There's going to be a handful of other guys, David Roche, and some other guys that, I haven't even, I may not even know all that well. So I think it's going to be a pretty stacked field and a really deep field this year. So, and
on the women's side, the field just keeps getting better by the day. I expect to go see my email in a couple minutes and who's the next woman to join the fray?
That's good. That's what I like to see. And we've been seeing entries have been creeping up every day. And this last week, we've been getting more entries per day than we have at any other time during the year. So entries are still coming in. I mean, we might see somebody else pop in there today. Who knows?
Yeah.
We've got not day of race, but tomorrow at Pack and Pickup, you can still register. And so hoping we'll pick up a few more there.
Yeah, I mean, we have Morgan's been entered for a while, and Morgan Aratola, and you got Brandy Earholtz and Mandy Ortiz, who's been crushing it for a couple of years on the junior circuit, and Megan Kimmel, Megan Lund, Lizotte just joined.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you pick a favorite from a group like that?
I don't know. I mean, Morgan is probably she might be my odds-on favorite just because she's so strong. But you never know how any of the other ones are going to do or what kind of shape Morgan's in at any time either. So she's always kind of downplaying her fitness. When I talk to her, she's like, no, I'm not in shape. But she goes out and then crushes something. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But Megan Kimmel's good. Brandy's always in great shape and really good. So we'll see.
Be exciting.
It will be.
You excited to follow that race? Or?
I am, yeah. I'll be up here watching that one too.
Now, if you're going out to run Western States or probably the Mont Blanc Marathon, you're probably not warming up a whole lot. What do you do before, people watching who do ultras and might want to jump into a shorter trail race? What do you do before you get to that line?
This takes me back to my, track and road running days. It's a full scale warm up for this. You got to go through, a good 15-20 minute jog, at least for me. After that, it's a series of active isolated stretches, and then dynamic stretches, and then some drills, and then some strides. And it takes usually 45 to 55 minutes is what I'll use for my warm up for this. And just making sure my body is totally ready to go. And so that, when I take off, like my body's primed and ready, and then you hit that downhill at the top and your legs are ready to turn over and go. So.
Yeah. And do you have that routine pretty well dialed after?
Yeah. That's something that I kind of worked on all the way through track and road running and stuff. So yeah, I've got that all dialed in.
And besides the physicality, the physical part of that in terms of the actual warming up your muscles and stretching and getting your heart beating, is there a mental aspect to that?
Yeah, I think so. Like everybody has their own specific warm up that they do, and a lot of it becomes almost superstitious for some people, just because that's what they do every time, and it's very different from an ultra. Just the whole aspect of being ready to race and go that hard on your body right from the gun, and so that takes a lot of mental preparation to be able to switch into that mode. When you're racing one of these shorter distance races. So it is a lot of mental stuff, and a lot of your routine becomes kind of that superstitious type thing where you have to do the same thing every time. Otherwise you're like, my race is done. I can't do it.
I stretched my left leg instead of my right leg first.
Yeah, exactly. To some people it is that extent. Other people are a little more relaxed with it. And I've learned to relax over the years and not worry about it quite so much. But yeah, definitely.
And so how do you fire yourself up? So when that gun goes off, those first 400 meters, you're, head down.
It's a long process. You gotta, it's just years of doing it to be able to get your body to go that hard right off the bat like that. So.
Okay. Well, thank you, Max.
Yeah, no problem.
Great talking with you.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's a pleasure. One thing that makes it a pleasure being here, Bend has literally almost 30 breweries.
It's like 20 or 24 now. And I haven't even been to all of them because there's so many. So
now, do you have a favorite brewery or specific beer here in Bend?
No, everybody asks me that, and I really can't because there's so many, and they each one has a selection of really good beers. And I like anything. I like mostly really, really dark stuff, right? And each brewery makes some kind of a stout that is absolutely amazing. And then they have other things that are really experimental that you can't get in stores. Like Deschutes, they sell stuff all across the nation, but they have 12 or up to 15 other beers on tap at any one time that they make just for the brewery. And so you can go in and check everything out. It's just amazing. And every brewery in town is like that. So they have some experimental stuff. Anything from Irish beers to reds to Belgians to some dark stuff. To
throw in some spices.
Spiced. Everything. It's incredible.
Yeah, I just had the Deschutes freshly squeezed IPA last night. And I think you can get that a little more widely, but
you can. Yeah.
But on tap,
I know exactly, and everything tastes a little different on tap.
For sure.
A little better on tap.
So not one single favorite stout here?
No, some of my favorites actually are BBC. Bend Brewing Company has a lot of really good beers, and they actually do flavors like a coconut stout or a cherry stout, and those are always really good. Crux also has a really, really good stout as well. It's nice and creamy and stuff.
I think I know where I need to go for lunch to upload these interviews.
There you go. Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
Yep.
Cool. Let me just get a